the stadium's bursting at the seams this evening, so it would have been lovely to have repaid everybody for coming out and showing their support for the group.
Lee, hard luck, but players did themselves proud on the night, really, didn't they?
Yeah, for sure. Super proud of the group, the collective. I saw nobody left out there, on their own. I saw a group fighting and working really hard for each other. The amount of work and discipline to, even to come away with a 2-0 defeat is mammoth, and it's not to be underestimated. So I'm really proud of the collective this evening.
It's 2 quality finishes as well in the end, isn't it? There's not letting the game otherwise.
Yeah, look, I think we can be really satisfied with having limited the real big moments in front of our goal mouth. We're not under any delusions that they've had lots of control and domination, and they can really hide the ball from you. I think their second goal shows the level, not just the control they had in that phase, but also the execution that they find at the end of it as well, which is obviously really important for them. Disappointing for us because, again, like I say, we managed to limit those moments to a degree. But a real good lesson for us in terms of that's the level. That's the level of the intensity, that's the level of detail, the care they took. So, again, proud of the group, but never satisfied, of course, as well.
You did have some moments in the game late on as well. I mean, it's not like you've had one shot either, you've had a few opportunities. That Ben Wiles one first half. Yeah, there's a few openings there, aren't there?
Yeah, look, the Ben Wiles chance was a great one, and it would have been lovely to see that threaten the goal a bit more. As you say, Kamasha's moment, a couple have fallen to Zeppi that on another day maybe end up in a similar vein to Leo's one at Sunderland, but not to be, and there's no regret or disappointment really. We have to be satisfied with the work, the togetherness, the discipline to the task this evening, and the resilience, because also it takes great resilience to keep going when they are hiding the football from you for long periods. Boys kept their body language good. Again, like I say, really proud of that.
Cameron Asher chance in particular, almost the same as the one he scored against Leicester, isn't it? It's a shame players and the fans didn't quite get that moment, isn't it?
Yeah, I think everybody would have loved it. Look, the stadium's bursting at the seams this evening, so it would have been lovely to have repaid everybody for coming out and showing their support for the group with a really lovely moment like that. Not to be. And I think if you're Man City, it probably feels like the right result from their perspective. In terms, we have to be humble enough to accept that. They've deserved the win this evening. Spent 5-10 minutes there with Pep Linders, and I think even he's surprised at how well they played this evening. How well they executed their passing, how well they connected their passages of play, how little they gave up the football. There was very little in the way of turnovers or sloppy moments from them, and I think that speaks to the level of opposition that we were up against this evening.
Much as you're very unlikely to face a team of that quality again this season, does that experience stand you in good stead as like situational practice maybe for some league game you might come up against?
Yeah, I think so, and I think hopefully if you talk to the players, they'd feel the same in terms of we had some clear goals in terms of what we wanted to take from the game this evening. I was pretty clear with the group that those goals weren't necessarily result dependent. There's plenty that I felt that we could take from this fixture, and I feel like we've achieved it, if I'm being really honest. You never want to come into a game feeling like there's no hope or joy or sunlight at the end of it. We showed that we can threaten the goal. We showed that we can have our moments, but certainly in terms of the character of the group, the attributes that are going to stand us in really good stead for the next 9 months, plenty of those to come out this evening for sure.
You said you were likely to give minutes to the youngsters that had helped get you here, and what does that mean for them in particular to play on an occasion like this?
Well, it should mean a lot. But they earned the right. So Kamasha earned the right to be on the pitch this evening. I have to say, Dan Voss's performances over the 3 games have been Fantastic. Really pleased for Dan. He's worked so incredibly hard up against 3 really good teams. He's covering immense distance. He's really listening, trying to learn and take on the information we're giving him. So really pleased for him. I think it's great for the academy that Jay Sway gets on and gets to drive with the ball, win a duel, and put Cam in for his moment in the second half. So that was quite special. Would have been lovely to see that fly in, like you mentioned earlier. But I just think in general the collective can be really proud of the work they put in up against an incredibly good side this evening.
And how were you on the night? Did you enjoy the experience going up there?
Yeah. Look, you don't enjoy losing, I have to say that, no matter whether you're losing against Man City or anybody else for that matter. So hard to say right now that I've enjoyed it, if I'm being really honest. What I did enjoy though was watching a group fighting for each other, working for each other, staying connected, trying to communicate, leaving it all out there physically. I loved all of that, so I can certainly take a lot of heart and enjoyment from that.
Lovely. Thank you.
Cheers, Stephen.
Guardiola said he was expecting to be bombarded with set pieces. Was that an area you targeted as something you could?
Well, it's really difficult to win set pieces against Man City to start with. So we talked about it, yeah, for sure. And we talked about the importance of it. And that's both directions, because you know the quality that you're up against in terms of delivery and pace and power that they have to go and attack stuff as well. But look, we actually, even from a goal kick, or I think it was from a free kick, sorry, in our half, Lee Nichols puts one high and long into their half, and we get a knockdown, and Zeppi lands on it, and we get a half moment from that. It doesn't feel like a huge situation, but you have to, up against Man City, take what you can get, which you know, where we are in our curve, could be a set piece or a direct kick from our goalkeeper. But yeah, we would have loved to have generated more of those moments. Again, really not easy up against such a well-disciplined side.
And the reality comes back on Saturday away at Exeter. How do you keep the boys grounded after the high?
Well, look, we've spoken about this long in advance of this fixture. You know, it doesn't go under the radar for us that we've not found it easy after these fixtures. We've had incredibly special nights at Leicester and Sunderland, and they take a lot from you. And there's no doubt in the fact that this evening's taken a lot from us in terms of the physical aspect. But we have to be ready to go again. It's part of what a good team does, is being able to refocus and be re-energised for an incredibly important fixture this weekend. So that's where our full focus goes. We will be ready, and the group will be well rested and prepared. So there'll be no excuses, and we'll be, looking forward to a really tough fixture down there at St James's Park.